The time heals all wounds adage is no longer working for Canadian travelers, who are increasingly turning away from the United States. According to Tourism Economics, U.S. international inbound travel fell 25.2% year-to-date, with a 37% drop in car-related arrivals in July alone. This trend mirrors growing concerns over U.S. economic policies and tariffs, which have become a major barrier for Canadians seeking vacations. As Amir Alan, CEO of Longwoods International, noted, Canadians were already worried about their finances, but they've taken the rhetoric and policy announcements from the U.S. administration very personally. A staggering 80% of travelers say U.S. tariffs and economic policies are the biggest negative factor in their decisions, up from 64% in April, according to Longwoods' mid-July survey. Things have gone from bad to worse, Alan said, as Canadians now prioritize domestic destinations or international flights to places like Mexico, the Caribbean, and Western Europe. The U.S. Travel Association calls the $250 visa integrity fee, part of President Trump's tax plan, a misguided charge that will raise entry costs by 130% as cities prepare for global events like the 2026 FIFA World Cup and the 2028 Olympics. The fee, which applies to non-immigrant visas for travel to the U.S., including visitors from China, Mexico, and Brazil, has sparked debate over its impact on tourism. Meanwhile, destinations across the U.S. are adjusting their strategies, with some forecasting a 10% drop in international visitors for the fall. In Boston, the U.S. Tourist Board is launching winter campaigns to Mexico and Canada, while Rochester, just 90 minutes from the Canadian border, sees 12% to 15% of visitors coming from Canada. For Canadians, the decline in U.S. tourism is particularly felt in northern cities like Seattle, Portland, and Detroit, where international visitors are expected to drop by 27%, 18%, and 17% respectively. We typically like to be at the top of lists, but not this one, said Visit Seattle's Chief Strategy Officer, Michael Woody. Despite the dip, Seattle is thriving with domestic visitors and summer concerts, though the return of Canadian tourists remains uncertain. In Portland, tourism has remained flat, but officials are adopting a wait-and-see approach to reaching out to Canadian visitors. Florida, meanwhile, is bucking the trend, reporting a 5% increase in visitors in Q2 2025, with 34.4 million visitors, including 640,000 Canadians, a 20% drop, and 2.3 million overseas visitors, 11.4% rise. Governor Ron DeSantis praised Florida's attractions, weather, and safety, while TripShock founder Greg Fisher expressed surprise at rising numbers, noting that many visitors are still unclear about their destinations. The debate over the visa fee highlights a broader tension between economic policies and tourism. As the U.S. prepares for global events, the question remains, will the cost of visiting the country remain a barrier, or will travelers find alternative ways to experience the world? While some argue the fee is a necessary expense, others see it as a costly distraction from the real issues affecting international travel.